Hello,
Hi,
Aaron. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good.
How's
Um,
yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm recording now.
Hmm.
Yeah. So welcome to the first of hopefully many of the ASG recap show for our YouTube channel. And I'm saying that to
Okay.
the people listening and to Aaron who's hearing this for the first time.
Hmm.
Now, we're going to try and do this once a week.
Hmm.
We'll try and find a time to record it. It might be earlier in the week, it might be later. But I'm going to try and upload it for you guys at a normal, specific time on Friday. So it's Friday when you guys are listening to this. It's Wednesday when we're recording this.
Oh
And we're
boy.
going to talk about all the stuff in the world that we like and care about. And a big topic that we're going to be talking about is wrestling. So, it's sort of like a Wrestle Ramble. If you guys know what Wrestle Ramble is, it's a independent YouTube created show that is awesome, and I guess you guys need to watch it. Why is it that British people are like the best at covering wrestling content in America?
That is the question.
Like when we think about like the big wrestling content creators, we talk about like What Culture, Cultaholic. We're talking Wrestle Talk, and I feel like they're a bit more into wrestling than us Americans are, which is really weird because we're the one with the biggest wrestling company in the world.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's just strange. I thought it was weird, so I had to bring it up. So let's talk about. Let's start off with wrestling. Talk about that for a little bit. Shinsuke Nakamura. We were just talking about him before we started recording. I wanted to save certain stuff for this recording. He got new entrance music as well as being a big old bully heel with the already over Rusev Day, who's still heel for some reason. Um, but we were talking about the entrance music and basically what they did for any of you who didn't watch SmackDown Live. They used Shinsuke's normal entrance music and they added like drums and other such items, and then they just added a whole bunch of lyrics on it. Now you would think like, oh, what would the lyrics sound like? It's all Japanese, so we don't know. But that's just what makes it great, to be honest. I was talking to Chris about it, the other ASG member, and I was telling him like I I want him to start doing promos in all Japanese, and then just to make sure that American audiences could understand it, like put some subtitles on the screen or whatever. Because it can't be that hard. They already put words on the screen already. Maybe they were just trying for this point, but I think it would be really cool if he started like just doing promos in Japanese, not like getting an English translator to speak out with him or anything like that, but just to like
Yeah,
confuse the
but
live
it's
audience to
alive,
gain
so wouldn't
heat.
that be a little harder?
It would be a little bit harder because you're going to have to basically rip people off with the promo, but at the same time, that's a great way to gain heel heat. Because now people are like, I really want to hear what he says, but I can't understand it, and only people at home can understand it. You know what? Fuck it. Forget the subtitles, because just piss everybody off. Piss everybody off.
Hmm.
Or they could
Hmm.
just, all of his promos where he speaks, it could be on the Titantron, and then the words appear on the Titantron. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't want him speaking English, other than I don't speak English, or in any other hilarious language on his Twitter profile. I loved it. I love Shinsuke. I love what he's been doing. And I think I agree with, I believe it was Luke Owen who said it. No, Ollie Davis. Where you look at all these storylines in WWE, and you're like, oh, I really like this one, and I really like this one. But none of them has been consistent ever since WrestleMania as with Shinsuke Nakamura. You know, Shinsuke has been super awesome since WrestleMania, since his heel turn. So, you know, I'm excited. So, yeah, other than that, this is coming out on Friday. So, right now, probably by the time that this is out, it's like 3 hours into the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Which we're watching, right?
I mean, I'm going to have to stop at like 3, like 2-ish, because I have to go to work. You know?
Oh, okay.
I have work at like, I believe it's 3:15. So
Well, I'll let you know what happens, and you can watch it after when you get home. You can finish where you left off, and then we can talk about it.
I have a feeling that I'm going to have to leave like during the 50-man Rumble. It's gonna suck, but I'm definitely gonna watch it afterwards. WWE Network, y'all.
We'll probably do something on Saturday then to talk about it and recap over it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Just do a special one for that. You know, it's a stacked card. It's a stacked card. I do want to bring this up though. You know, as fun as it is, the Greatest Royal Rumble. They're going into Saudi Arabia. They're having like this WrestleMania set. I still can't get over the fact that it's in Saudi Arabia, where legally there cannot be any women wrestlers. You know, and it's not even the fact that, you know, Saudi Arabia is against women. It's the fact that WWE is putting out this image ever since Ronda Rousey joined the company, even before that, of like, we're putting women, we're taking them from where they were, which was some sex objects that we used to increase ratings, and we're pushing them into spots, actual wrestling spots on the card. And they're really pushing towards women equality, and then they do this. They just go to Saudi Arabia, they undo all of that. I think it's a stupid publicity move by them. Absolutely stupid. Unless, like, somewhere in the show, if somewhere in the show they sort of bring out the women's wrestlers to, like, say, hey, next time we come here, we want to wrestle, I don't think that this is going to be good for their image.
Spoiler alert, Ronda Rousey enters herself in the 50-man Royal Rumble and wins it.
Oh, that would be great. She wins the 50-man Royal Rumble. And then, like, all of the fucking Saudi Arabians in the crowd are just going, oh, that is a woman! Where is her burqa? I don't know. You know, it's a little damper, but at the same time, you know, Royal Rumbles are fantastic. I can't wait for it. You know, what else is going on that night? So we have the AJ versus Shinsuke rematch. Then we have the 50-man Royal Rumble, of course. We have the Rusev versus Undertaker match, which was pretty wavering on what's going to happen. It was Rusev, then it was Jericho, then it was Rusev again. And apparently that was because of during his TMZ interview, Rusev said something that somebody took as, oh, Undertaker wouldn't like this, and, you know, the wrestling's all about respect, you know, you gotta be respectful to the veterans. So they're like, oh, Undertaker might not like this, so they take him off, and then Michelle McCool cleared the air, and, you know, Undertaker wasn't upset with it, so they put him back in there. It was still kind of weird. I can't lie. I cannot lie. So, yeah, that's happening, and it's a casket match. To be honest, I wasn't too excited about this, and now I'm still not.
Same.
I feel like this is just a way to say that Rusev Day isn't supposed to get over with the fans.
No, it's supposed to be buried. Quite
Yes, you're
literally.
supposed to punish the people who get themselves over.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in Zack Ryder and Damian Sandow. And you
Finn
already
Balor.
got great examples. Yeah, Finn Balor. Finn Balor's becoming one of those. Speaking of Finn Balor, what about that feud that he had with Seth Rollins that was just strangely dropped out of nowhere? Are they going to fight over the IC belt, or are they just going to go after the tag team belts?
I have no idea.
Okay, so there was a program on Monday Night Raw where the Miz Taraj were trying to join in with... First off, it was Seth Rollins, and then they went to Finn Balor. I didn't get to see Raw until later on, but I know what happened during the show. And I seen the Finn Balor segment, and I thought it was a funny segment. But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, these guys were feuding pretty severely during that whole three-way with The Miz. So what's going to happen? They're just buddy-buddy again. It's like Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. What is just... Seth Rollins going to come out and be like, Finney's a fatty, and then they get into a feud? Like, it seems weird.
Speaking about Finn Balor and all that, what I find funny, I wonder what's going to happen during the Greatest Royal Rumble since just 50. Since AJ, the Good Brothers, and Finn all face, what happens when all four of those men see each other in the ring? Do the Good Brothers go to Finn's side, or do they go to AJ's side, or do they separate and one goes on Finn's, one goes on AJ's, or do they all come together and invite everybody else?
What if they do that like the 4-man Too Sweet like the Click did back in the day?
Yeah, that'd be. I'm kind of curious on how that's going to go down, because we know all four men are going to be in the match. I wonder if they're all going to see each other within the match.
I have a feeling that Finn Balor. First off, AJ Styles is not in the 50-man Royal Rumble, so this wouldn't happen anymore.
I thought he was.
No, he's facing off against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, okay.
It's their rematch.
Yeah, but
because apparently the number one contender gets a rematch now.
Yeah, apparently. Okay. Okay.
So stupid.
Well, they're all going to be still in the same building, so I wonder what's going to happen. Like with all I
don't know.
They're all good guys now. So.
They could. I mean, there have been people who have fought in a match and then went into the Royal Rumble. I just don't know if that... I mean, it probably saved them on plane tickets, but they do have a poster that shows everybody in the Royal Rumble. Just give me a second. I'm going to look it up. Greatest Royal Rumble. Where's the one where there's 50 people in it? Okay. Just give me a second. Apparently, it doesn't want to show me.
Backlash is in 2 weeks.
Backlash? No, they didn't. No.
Yeah, it's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, I mean, this wasn't even supposed to be a pay-per-view.
I know.
It's weird.
It was supposed to be, the Greatest Royal Rumble was... Yeah. That was going to be one match, and that was the Royal Rumble, and that was it. But apparently they made it back. I was like, wow. And they still have Backlash to do, which is weird.
All the announced people for the Royal Rumble: Daniel Bryan, Big Show, Braun Strowman, Kurt Angle, Apollo Crews, who got his last name back, Titus O'Neil, Elias, Goldust, Mojo Rawley, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, Chad Gable, Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Shelton Benjamin, Sin Cara, Chris Jericho, Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, The Great Khali, and Mark Henry. Now, what I find weird about this is that Chris Jericho on this list is labeled as a SmackDown guy, but he's not really a SmackDown guy, is he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He got drafted to SmackDown. And he's been on SmackDown, technically.
Well, I mean,
During that first draft thing, yeah.
Wasn't
So,
it
yeah,
like the U.S. champion was drafted to SmackDown, and Kevin Owens won that championship?
Yeah, but Chris Jericho was always also was there.
He
too.
could come back, though, as a free agent.
Well, most likely he is a free agent now because he was on the 25th anniversary of Raw. Yes. In the backstage, but that was just him backstage. He really didn't do anything. But I think he's still counted as a SmackDown guy.
Oh. Well, he's on here.
Because if you look on the roster, he's still there.
Oh, okay.
He's just not there.
Two other big names, Rey Mysterio and The Great Khali. Oh, also
Khali,
Mark Henry, a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Mark Henry. That's weird to say. That's weird to say in here. Mark Henry, the Hall of Famer.
I mean, it's weird, but at the same time, he deserves it. After all those years
that's
dealing
like saying
with sexual
Big
chocolate.
Show, the Hall of Famer.
That's going to happen at some point. He just doesn't want to go in yet.
I know. I'm just saying. That's crazy to hear and see because we grew up with these guys and now the Hall of Famer is just like what?
Yeah, I remember his 2008 run. I wasn't watching during his Hall of Pain, but you know, it's 2008. Yeah,
it's gonna be weird hearing John Cena the Hall of Famer too. All these guys Hall of Famer. It's gonna be quite.
Yeah, John Cena. Think about it, John Cena. He's been in the business for 17 years. I believe his debut in WWE was 15 years ago, right?
Brandon, we're old. Brandon, we're old.
Yeah, listen, realize we were children during the Cena era. While everybody else is booing, we were the squeaky little children that were screaming, "Go, Cena, go!"
I don't think I liked John Cena like ever. The only time I liked John Cena was his thugonomics kind of way, but that was pretty much it. After he turned into his now John Cena, I think I stopped slowly but surely liking him. I was like, ugh.
I started watching during John Cena's. I don't believe it wasn't the United States. It was the World Championship match that he had with JBL.
I started watching when he was thugonomics still. That's how young I got into wrestling. That was like 2003.
I got it in 2006. This is right before. I believe I seen Eddie Guerrero in a few matches, but I don't really remember them. But I remember seeing clear as day. I remember watching Chris Benoit and the SmackDown 6, and I loved SmackDown. Like no matter what, I was a SmackDown guy all the way. And normally, because of the fact that on Friday I was able to stay up and watch the whole show, so I was more tempted to watch SmackDown than I was Raw. Plus, it had Rey Mysterio and The Undertaker on it. My kid self blew up.
How do you feel that both of those guys are going to be in this Friday show then?
It's great. I love Rey Mysterio. I loved him as a child, and I loved him growing up. You know, first ever wrestling game in 2003. Right when you started watching wrestling, my father got us this game called Day of Reckoning on the GameCube, and Rey Mysterio was on it. I didn't even need his storyline. I was like, that guy has a mask and I like him. So I started playing as Rey Mysterio and he was my favorite. And then I saw Undertaker and I'm like, nope, switching. And I didn't know any of these guys at the time. I thought John Cena was just some random dude that would never make it in wrestling. And here I am, wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about the past of wrestling real quick. Who are your favorite underrated wrestlers of the past? Because we watch a lot of people talking about wrestling all the time.
The Hurricane.
The Hurricane?
Yeah, come on, you gotta love the Hurricane.
Yeah, the Hurricane's awesome.
It's a hurricane coming through. Dun, dun, dun. That was amazing.
Yeah, I like the Hurricane. I didn't really get to see much of him as a child, but yeah, I love the Hurricane. Gregory Helms.
You don't think he's gotta do a choke slam, but then you see him do a choke slam, like, wow, that kid can actually do a choke slam.
Yeah,
wow.
He looks so small. First off, this is going to be controversial, but my favorite wrestler of all time, and I'm sticking with it to this very day, is Christian. You know, and it wasn't because of his 2011 run, because I wasn't watching at the time. It was because of his TNA run.
Oh, TNA. Oh,
yeah, I seen a little bit of him in WWE. Just a little bit. And then he was in TNA, and I remember flipping through the channels, and I saw Christian on there. I'm like, oh my god, that's Christian. This must be a WWE show. So for the longest time, I thought that TNA was part of WWE. I'm wondering why they're calling him Cage, Christian Cage.
TNA back then was the WWE's graveyard. That's what that was. Retirement home graveyard. That's what it was.
With an 8-sided ring.
Yeah.
And I loved Christian. I absolutely love Captain Charisma. Other names, Deuce and Domino. Remember when that was a tag team? That was back in the day when, like, you know, any gimmick, as long as it was crazy enough to work, could be a tag team gimmick. You know, we had Deuce and Domino, Jesse and Festus. I'm trying to think of other ones. Crime Time. Crime Time was a big one.
It's crime time. Brooklyn.
Yeah.
We're bringing
I really liked Crime Time. I really liked them. Shad and JTG.
And now, it's gonna be a little controversial. I never actually watched TNA that much. I knew of it, and I knew, like, who was kind of in it, but I never actually sat down and watched an episode of TNA. Like, never. Not even today. I haven't seen one single episode of TNA. Like, sat down and watched full by through. I watched a couple, like, maybe like 10 minutes of it with my dad, because he used to watch it too. So I went in his room, watched like 10 minutes of it, and I was like, "Oh, this looks like WWE's like retirement. I don't like this crap." And then I left the room and went to go do something else. But I never actually liked TNA. Not even now. I don't even like TNA now. It's just it's not for me. It's like I know it's trying to be better than what it was, but they've gone through many changes, and it's just like, no, you just stop. Just stop. You're Impact now. You're GFW. What are you now? Like, come on. Just sell your to Lucha Underground and just be part of that and just be happy with that. Okay, cool. Good for you guys. You guys are on Twitch now. Great. Cool. Bye. I'll stick over here with my New Japan. Yeah, they're on Twitch sometimes. They're on Twitch. They had a Lucha Underground versus TNA kind of thing on Twitch. They had that whole thing. Like 2 weeks ago. No, yeah, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, that was during that. And then Alberto Del Rio never showed up. So then he got fired. So he got fired from Impact, and now he's not with that company anymore because he no-showed it. He tried to be a Brock Lesnar, and no-showed the show. So yeah, that happened. But still, I haven't watched that. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with my New Japan and like WWE and maybe a little ROH, but I really don't watch ROH because that's on like cable, and I don't watch cable because I don't have that anymore because I'm like, screw that shit. I'll just get internet, and if I really want to watch it,
they have Honor Club.
And I'm like, okay, Supercard is on New Japan's website now, right? Like, only a couple matches, but it's there.
Is Cody versus Kenny on there?
Yes, I watched it.
Oh, I need to watch it. Oh boy, I haven't been on. Actually, I want to see what's going on the New Japan site.
Yep, it's on there.
New Japan World, make sure to sign up for 999 yen, which is about $8.
Which isn't bad.
$8. Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's great. And I love New Japan, and whenever I can catch one of their shows, I will.
Yeah, I like New Japan too. Same.
They're having their Road 2 shows, and I believe it's Sakura Genesis.
No, I think that already happened. Sakura Genesis, that already happened. That was with Okada versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the world heavyweight title, and Okada won obviously because Okada was gonna win forever, and he's gonna be like
and I heard
champion.
way too many good things about that match, Zack Sabre versus Okada.
I watched bits and pieces of it, but I was like, I knew who was gonna win, and it's like a normal Okada match. You know,
Well,
like,
I mean,
okay.
you know, with Okada matches, you know he's going to win each time, but it's like to really see how he wins. That's sort of the beauty of what Okada does. You know, he'll go into a match with Kenny Omega, boom, bunch of high-flying moves, a bunch of over-the-top wrestling and selling and so on and so forth, and there's always a table broken, you know, but if he goes up with Minoru Suzuki, then there's tons of outstage fighting, there's tons of back and forth test of strength. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not a bad wrestler or anything. I'm just like, it's just one of those wrestlers that I didn't really get into. Like, Roman Reigns is a good wrestler, but you see how people act to him. John Cena is a really good wrestler, but you know how people act to him. He's kind of like that for me. Okada is. So I don't really watch his matches because it's just to me.
I don't know about that though. You know, like some of his matches are fantastic.
Yeah, I know that, but I just don't find him interesting though. But I am getting more interested in more like appealed by Will Ospreay's matches.
Will Ospreay, he's wonderful. He's going to be an IWGP World Heavyweight Champion at some point. He has to be.
He has to be. Like, I love playing because I have a creative character in my wrestling game, and I love playing as him. He's like one of my favorite creative wrestlers that I play as, and it's just great. Will Ospreay is just perfect.
It's beautiful. Which group do you like the best in New Japan? Like, which faction? We got Taguchi Japan.
Well, taking that I have a Bullet Club T-shirt. What does that tell you?
Chaos.
Yeah, I would say Chaos.
Yeah,
I like Chaos. Chaos is pretty cool, but I would have to say Bullet Club, but then Chaos a close second.
Jay
White, because Jay White's pretty cool.
Yeah, Jay White is pretty cool. I was kind of down on him at the beginning of his run though, because he came
when I heard
with...
him.
What?
When I heard he was fighting Kenny Omega, I was like, okay, now Kenny's just gonna have a jobber. He's gonna win, because I thought Jay White was gonna be like a jobber type of person, because that's what he looks like. He looks like one of those jobbers. Like, if you went to WWE, you could just like see him as like the person that just gets beaten up all the time and doesn't get a single win. Yep. But then I heard he won the title, and I was like, what? How does that happen?
Yeah, that was the same sort of reaction.
How does this man beat Kenny Omega? Ow.
It's
like, okay.
That was the same sort of reaction that I had with him just before Wrestle Kingdom, because he did have a match during that. This is when he came back. He came in on Tanahashi, the Hulk Hogan of Japan, the ace of New Japan, and he just beat him down. He said a few words. His promo wasn't that good, and he left. And then after that Wrestle Kingdom match that he had, I'm like, I don't like Jay White. You know, I decided. Then he had that match with Kenny Omega, and I'm like, you know what? I'll give him a shot. And so far, he hasn't failed me. You know, he's going up against David Finlay, who I believe was one of his former tag team partners.
Yeah, I think he betrayed David Finlay, and that was the whole thing. And then they fought, and yeah.
Hmm.
He also beat Hangman Page too, which was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah,
So
they
you're
had a
beating
good
two
match.
members of the Bullet Club. You're beating the two members of the Bullet Club. Let's keep this going. Let's keep on beating them.
Hmm.
Chaos just run over Bullet Club just because Bullet Club's sidetracked with the whole storyline. Let's just beat all their people slowly but surely and make Chaos no one.
Yeah. Chaos is. I find New Japan really weird because first off, uh, they have they don't really have a straight bad guy or a straight good guy, but it's
Yeah,
no.
New
Well,
Japan
they
they
they have a
do.
straight good guy, and that's Chaos. Chaos is the ultimate good guy, and everybody else is either a heel faction or a tweener
I'm mid.
faction, except
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
Taguchi, which is supposed to be a comedy faction, and they're face, but they're.
Isn't technically Bullet Club the heel faction?
Yes, they are not the top heel faction though.
I
They're the
know, but they.
second top. Basically, they're faces in America and they're heels in Japan,
Mhm. Well, the only
except for
reason their
Cody.
faces in America is because being the elite and all that. That's pretty much the only reason.
Yeah, Ring of Honor treats them like faces pretty much. Although,
Well,
although like
because
the commentators will talk to them like they're heels, but you know,
yeah, only like True Heel and Bullet Club and like America's Cody, but
Cody
they
is
don't talk.
awesome, and that's why I love him. The only
I
true
saw
heel.
that match in the Supercard Honor, and he and you were right. Cody is the better heel out of him and Tommaso Ciampa. Like, goddamn, that man gets so much heat off of anybody he even looks at, and it's like this man, this man's a straight up asshole, and I love it.
Yes, it
More of this.
makes
I want
yeah.
more.
Makes you hate him so much. Like, there's certain things that heels do that I feel like this day and age just sort of go away from like what a heel is supposed to be. They're trying to
Mhm.
make you like him, but like whenever I watch Cody, I'm like, I fucking hate this dude. I really don't care about this dude, and I love it. I love the fact that I can look at Cody when he's in a match, and I could be like, that fucking dude from WWE is using what he had and is basically manipulating his way to these big matches, and now he's like
Mhm.
cheating his way to win. It's so fucking disgusting and despicable, and I love it so much
Yep.
so.
I
You
got a
know?
question. Has Cody ever not been heel? I don't remember him once not being heel. Not even in his WWE
Yes.
runs. When has he been face?
When he, well, I mean, this doesn't really count, but when he started his independent run in
He
certain
was.
independent shows, I believe I had a okay, so I have this Being the Elite DVD that I got with my
Mhm.
Wrestle Crate along with my Being the Elite shirt, and they have matches in the thing, but there's one ending towards every match. There's a total of 4 matches, and all of them end with the losses in the Bullet Club. So the first match is Cody Rhodes versus some guy in like this independent circuit, and he's called Cody Rhodes at the time. He's not called Cody, and he fights face. He is shown to be the face figure, like the respectable man, and he does that at
Oh.
WCPW too. He was a face in that when
Hmm.
he gave up his championship to Gabriel Kidd, the Internet Championship.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Because I don't ever like remember him being face. I've always like never liked Cody, but now I like despise him now as a man.
yeah. I hated him in WWE for a whole lot of different reasons, but like now that I look back at it, I'm like, he played me well. He played me well. I love Cody, but I hate him at the same time.
Yeah, I watched the Money in the Bank of 2014 with like the John Cena and CM Punk one, but like I watched the Money in the Bank and it was for a SmackDown and he was in it. I was like, wow, I forgot Cody was in WWE and that's what he was doing. Oh,
Uh,
because because now I kind of forgot that he was actually in WWE. Because every time I like hear that, see him on like those kind of things, I'm like, oh,
You know,
okay.
his finisher changed a little bit when he went into the independent scene, did it?
Hmm?
Like, it looks a bit different from the Crossroads that I remember seeing in WWE.
Yeah, he kind of gives it more of a aggression and swing of it.
And he usually spikes the head. And the person has to perform a spike bump.
Yeah, because when you see him giving it to Kenny, it legitimately looks like Kenny's like he's like hitting the mat with like his full
Yeah,
like top of his head.
I've been watching videos. Apparently, that's an actual maneuver that wrestlers use. You know, it's basically it's a handstand that makes it look
Oh,
like their head is taking all the impact, but really they have like two forearms on the ground and they're holding themselves in the air, performing like a little handstand with their forearms and then falling over to make it seem
oh,
like, oh my god, they're drilling me into the ground, which is awesome and it really makes everything look really good.
hmm
But like, yeah, I noticed that's it didn't seem like he ever did that in WWE.
no,
Is
he always seemed like he let them down gentlier. Like you didn't see like their head or face hitting the
was
ground.
definitely a lot safer.
It kind of hit their back. It seemed like it hurt their back more than their head. That's what it looked like in WWE.
You know, and I'm really happy that Cody Rhodes is in the independent scene because
Hmm
it. I think he's figured out that like WWE's really creatively restrictive because he's never seen
hmm
anything outside of WWE until now.
Yeah.
So like, you could definitely see it in his matches. He's gaining a whole new stride. He's got a whole new a gust of wind, picking him up
hmm
and pushing him forward. This is definitely
I,
I love this Cody better than WWE.
Speaking about Cody, I feel like they should have a comedy match where it's Bernard the business bear versus Barry the bear. Yeah, the drug-free bear. Yes,
There.
they should have those
You
two
know how
fight
the,
each other.
that they started selling that the
Yeah, I know
bear.
they sure, and then yeah, the
Do
actual
you know how
teddy
they
bear.
spell the name though?
Um, no, I didn't
It's
look at that.
Barry the Business Bear.
Hmm
Bury, the Business Bear.
Oh, Barry. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh man, they should have called it Paul Barry the Business Bear. Get it? Because Triple H buries people. Paul Levesque
Yeah.
is his real name.
hmm
It's so
It's
stupid.
funny.
I get it, because Triple H buries people. Ha
Yeah, and the supercard match against Kenny Omega, that Kenny like unmasked Bear, yeah Barry, yeah Barry the business bear,
Yep.
like took off his thing, and one of the crowd members like took the hat and like wearing it throughout the show, while Barry just goes back with like hiding his face so no one could see it. But one of the fan members is just wearing the head. It's like it's funny.
Nice. I want to go to All In. Like, I want to buy a ticket when it comes out and then just go there.
Who?
What?
All in, yeah.
Yeah, All
Yeah,
In.
I feel like,
I want to be a part of
well,
history.
I live in Ohio, so that's not that far from Chicago. It's like shorter than your distance. Let's find out. I'm gonna find out right now.
Oh no,
Instead,
definitely it's shorter than my distance.
you
But
should come
like,
here, and then we could drive there, and you can get your license, and then we could drive there, and then we can go see it.
so this is one of the conversations that me and Aaron have constantly. He's trying to get me to move to Ohio, and I'm trying to get him to move to California. So you're gonna
Oh,
get a
just
lot
love
of
me,
this.
love me, Brent. Brent, love me, love me. Brent.
But do you think that
Just
they're
love
going?
me, damn it.
Do you think they're gonna hit the 10,000 mark?
Hopefully.
For
Well,
those
it's
of you
only
who don't
5
know, there's a certain audience cap that nobody's ever reached in an independent show. It's Nobody's gone past 10,000 in like 20 years since WCW went out of business. And WWE's been the only one who's been able to like sell out arenas that were 10,000 seats, you know? So, what All In is supposed to do is, it's created by the Bullet Club, created by members Cody, the Young Bucks, and I believe Marty and Hangman Page. So those 5 members made this all. And Kenny Omega's coming in, Okada's coming in. It's a self-funded thing, supported by places like Ring of Honor, New Japan. A lot of talents are coming from those 2 companies, and they're trying to break that basically the glass ceiling when it comes to popularity of independent wrestling. And if they're able to do it, that'd be the first time in... Actually, it's like 16 years that any other company has done it. So, a lot of people have been speculating what they would have to do to get it. They moved their... The venue is in Chicago, Illinois. So a lot of people have been speculating CM Punk, because CM Punk is from Chicago, and that would easily break 10,000. And since CM Punk is friends with Matt Jackson from the Young Bucks, people aren't calling it such a stretch.
So it's only 5 hours. It's like 6 hours away from me. So it's like a 6-hour drive. That's it. So you should come visit in like September if you're not gonna move in here. You should visit, and then we can drive there, and then we can go see it.
Yeah. Yep.
But I'm just saying. Let's find out how long it would take you from getting from from where you guys live, from there. It would take
don't say
14 hours and 12 minutes.
That's
It would take almost a day, almost a half a day.
Nice.
It would take 1 day by train though, 12 days by walking, and 4 days by biking. You can bike there. You can get there in 4 days. And I want you like biking.
Welcome to learning how to get to places with Aaron Miller.
Just saying.
But I want to go there. Let's move on.
I heard,
do you want to talk
Jack's,
about?
Jack's films got married.
Oh yeah. I seen his video today of "Don't Photoshop my wedding photo." It was good. It was very good. Those of you who don't know who Jack's film is, he's a vlogger.
He's not really a vlogger, but yeah, okay.
He's a vlogger that flexes, and he also does really cool fidget spinner tricks.
Yeah.
Fidget spinner tricks. He's really good, and he's also a furry. So, also his forehead is the size of Mount Everest.
Yep.
Plus more. So, yeah, that's Jack's Films. If you're ever interested, make sure to go check out his Pornhub page. Huh?
Also, PewDiePie shaved his beard, by the way.
Yeah,
too.
I noticed that. It's sad.
It's like, well, we're going back to old PewDiePie. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, he's 12 years old.
Good job for that, man.
Yeah, that's really cool. Overall, the YouTube space
I'm jealous of him because he's living in Japan right now, and it's making me angry.
Yeah, he's staying there for a month, and it's
which is a bull. Or stay there in Japan for.
I mean, that's what you get when you make millions of dollars a year, Aaron.
An Auburn.
Oh man, like, whatever. So yeah, PewDiePie. Actually, you know what? I called you while I was watching one of his videos, and the video that I want to talk about, and I really wanted to vent. So that's why I called you. The recording was an idea of mine that came later, but I want to talk about these fucking the stupid things that happen online. Stupid things that happen online. So, just seen a video. You know that Cash Me Outside girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently she got into a fight with another vlogger girl who believes she's black.
Yeah, I know.
And since they got famous, they got super rich. Super rich. Well, that girl who believes she's black was hanging around with this 9-year-old. PewDiePie then goes on to find out who this 9-year-old is. Apparently, this girl is the same exact way, and she's 9 years old.
Oh, God.
Yes. You know, and I started thinking about this, and I'm like, this isn't, like, some harmless thing. You know, people could be like, oh, these are characters. These are things that, like, they create, and it's fake. We know it's fake. No, some people don't.
Before you get any further, I'm going to say something controversial, and this is why I don't believe in God. Because there's no way in hell God would ever make these kind of people. If God was real, if people will tell me what God is really doing, He would strike those people down with a force of lightning. There's no fucking way. So God is officially proven not to be real, these people.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of, like, freedom on the internet and everything. These people are getting paid money. Getting paid big money for acting like idiots. Like, it pretty much started with a Rice Gum, the Pauls, all of that. Yeah.
Want to do that right now, Brendan? Let's do that. Let's do this right. Wait. We can meet up and we'll do it together. We'll act totally stupid. We'll just start talking.
We'll start flexing on them haters. Mm-hmm. But, like, I started thinking about it like this. Yeah, they're stupid. Yeah, they might be playing a character. But who's watching their videos? Who's taking in that information? It's not adults that understand and know how to deal with certain things and know that this is wrong to do, like lighting your pool on fire. You know, that's not who's watching this. The people who are watching this are children. These are tiny, tiny children that are watching these videos. My little brother, 7 years old, you know, a few months ago, found out he likes Jake Paul.
Oh, God.
And then my 13-year-old sister comes up to me and says, yeah, I don't like Jake Paul. I like Logan Paul. And I'm like,
oh, God.
What's going on? Like, these... It annoys me.
You have influence in your brother right now. Stop him. Stop his influence.
They stopped watching them because I started telling them about all the crappy stuff that they do. But that's the thing. Some of these kids aren't getting told that. Like, no, that's not how you act in real life, you dummy. So now we're getting 9-year-olds like this who literally go around saying, I make more money than your rent. Like, what does that even mean? I make more money than your rent. Like, that's pretty easy to do. I do that in less than a month. But, like, she's going through... she's throwing money all over the place. And you know her parents are encouraging this. I mean, there's no way that they don't know. There's no possible way that they don't know. She has a car. This is a 9-year-old who bought a car, a $100,000 car. She says, I don't even have a license, but I drive it. And I'm like, no, you shouldn't. Like, I'm scared to drive a car, and I'm of legal age to drive car. Like, I don't understand this. I don't understand how people can, like, be okay with this. This is a 9-year-old. A 9-year-old. She doesn't even know anything about life. She's barely gone through a decade. She's talking about being in a gang. She doesn't know what a gang is. Jesus, go back to the 1990s. Tupac's talking about getting shot. She's talking about a gang throwing around hundreds of thousands of dollars just because she can. Like, I don't understand what's going through these people's heads. What would the, like, and it's working. That's the problem. It's working. They're getting money. People are looking at them and being like, this is something I want to give money to. That girl who says that she's black, she made a crappy music video. She's getting millions of dollars from it because people are buying it. People are getting it. And they're like, I could do that too. And they're basically buying into this idea. So now we're getting more idiots. It's just, it's annoying. I feel like the internet has started showing, because before it was like, oh, the internet's so awesome, I don't know why people don't use it. This is why, because when people use it, they do stupid shit like this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The internet has a new wave of children, like, growing up on it, you know? And, yeah, there's people like us who are sensible, who can talk about this. Like, we're not going to go light our pool on fire tomorrow. We're not going to go film a dead body tomorrow. That's not something that we want to do. But there's people doing that and then showcasing their mansions because they were able to afford the mansions. It's really annoying, you know? And sometimes you just wonder why this is all happening. I'm sorry. I just wanted to vent about that because I hated that. That was that is so annoying. It's so annoying.
Yeah, it is.
And other than that, the guys would like to push some sensible people up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. You know what I'm saying? Give me money. Yeah. Anyway.
Anything else you want to talk about?
We could talk about
Favorite star in TNA.
Favorite star in TNA. So I just seen a video the other day, yesterday actually. You know that local wrestling company that's near where I live?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that I showed you and you said that's crap wrestling, and it is crap wrestling. But it's the beginning, you know, it's the beginning of the tier, it's the beginning of... I can't say that it's crap wrestling, because I could barely do the basic moves. Well, I just seen a video yesterday. It was the Monster Abyss. One of my favorite wrestlers in TNA back in the day. That is from TNA, not Christian. And he was talking about going there. So he's going to TIW. That's the name of it. Totally Independent Wrestling. And I want to go see it. So my favorite star is Abyss. I mean, other than the obvious AJ Styles. You know?
So mine saying, again...
Again, what? Aaron!
Oh. I pressed the muted button, my bad.
Yeah, I see that.
Again, I haven't watched... I don't really watch TNA, never have. But I've watched bits and pieces. And I would say Jason Storm. When I did watch him in TNA,
Jason Storm.
I was like, yeah, I like Jason Storm.
You talking about James
good.
Storm?
Oh, see, this is why I told you I haven't watched TNA. But yeah, that person, yes, him, yes,
yeah,
with him and Bobby Roode doing Beer Money. That was, yes, Beer Money. That was great. That was a good thing. I liked it. Yes. So yeah, I would say him.
Yeah.
So, okay, there's that. Okay, let's move on to another
Let's
promotion.
talk
Favorite WWE
about.
star.
Well, I
We're
mean,
just gonna
here's the
we're
thing.
just gonna give all our favorites.
Favorite WWE star. I already said that my overall favorite wrestler is Christian. My
What's
favorite
Christian?
WWE star. Are you talking now? Like let's just say in the current roster now.
Current roster now. Okay, yeah, go.
There's going to be a lot of repetitiveness in these answers. Just to let you guys know. I mean, you have to say AJ Styles.
Mm,
You have to say AJ Styles. I mean, yeah, he's
mm.
at the end. He's at the end of his road. He said he's retiring at 42. That's what he said he's going to do, and he has like a year and a half left. But AJ Styles is the most experienced. He's the absolute best. He is the epitome of wrestling and where you want to go at that moment in time. You know, and there are people that are close to him. I'm talking Okada, talking Omega, normally people outside of the in the independent circuit, or if you're looking inside, you look at Shinsuke Nakamura, who's still at the end of his road, but you also have Finn Balor, you have Carl Anderson, who's fantastic, Luke Gallows, who's fantastic. You know, you look at all these people, none of them really reach the level that Styles hits. And, you know, you can talk about stardom and Brock Lesnar being the best star in the company, the biggest draw, but, you know, people will enjoy AJ Styles matches than any other match. I mean, excluding the few matches that were kind of dull. But, you know, it's just WWE style. So, overall, AJ has to be.
Dang it! You made a good point. I have to say AJ too. Damn it.
Let's talk second, though.
Okay.
Let's talk second favorite in the current roster, because AJ has to be the first. I'll let you go first, just so that you can.
Second favorite. Current roster second favorite. Boy, ooh, that's a hard one.
There's some very big contenders: Daniel Bryan, Kurt Angle. You can include
Let me
kind
look at
of.
my notes. Give me a second. I do have notes kind of going on here.
Braun Strowman, Rusev Day.
Hmm. I would say Seth. Yeah, I would say Seth. Seth freaking Rollins. Yeah, I would say him. Him and AJ are almost like the two top. Like when those two have a match together, it's like gold. So yeah, I would say Seth.
Okay, I'm going a bit more independent, although Tyler Black is pretty independent. Finn Balor for me, just because of the fact that, you know, Finn Balor's Finn Balor, and he's
I thought
part of
you
Bullet
went
Club, and
fishing.
I think I have a very big boner for anybody part of Bullet Club. Yeah,
I love his T-shirt though. It does represent OG Balor Club, but I know what it's supposed to stand for. It's supposed to stand for OG Bullet Club.
they made it that way on purpose, and I love that.
I know. I love that too. Because him, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like a Bullet Club shirt without having it be a Bullet Club shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was gonna say something, but I didn't. I forgot it.
Okay, let's move on from the world of wrestling. Because
What
I think we
about
talked about it.
we've watched a fair bit of British wrestling. Not too much, just a little bit.
British wrestling.
WCPW, basically. That's all we watched. I know you've seen a bit, but like not that much. Have you
I don't
seen
even
any of
remember the last one.
WCPW? Oh, it might be
Can't say I
Chris.
have.
That might be Chris.
Yeah, I think that's Chris. I am gonna tune into the Defiant show. That's the day after the Greatest Royal Rumble because I just want to see Simon Miller wrestle.
Oh, he's going to wrestle?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, he's gonna wrestle, and they're gonna have, they say, like their own Royal Rumble, but it's not going to be a Royal Rumble. It's going to more like be a Battle Royal. But yeah,
Shoot,
he's going to be in it.
Did he put a promo up or?
He announced it that he was going to be in it, like in a video.
Oh, I wanna see him. Oh, it's gonna be rough because it's his first wrestling match, but I really want to see him. I really want to see him do it now. Yeah,
So that's the only. So yeah, the day after. So Saturday, I'm gonna watch that. See how it is. So that'll probably be my first official British wrestling kind of thing.
Well, there's already somebody that you missed because his run was cut short due to injury. So it was the first ever hardcore champion of WCPW and the first ever two-time hardcore champion in WCPW and first ever person to hold two belts at the same time in WCPW. He holds a lot of records because it's a new company, but he was this hardcore wrestler by the name of Primate, and it's such a sad story. Basically, he did a lot of hardcore matches. And it was because of one of these matches that his career ended. During one of his matches, he broke his jaw and, split a gigantic tear in his jaw. So, the bone and everything was broken apart. So they had to bolt it up. But basically, the way that they bolted it in, any punch or any force that is put onto the jaw will dislodge the bolt and cause his progress of healing his jaw to be severed. So, due to that, he could never ever wrestle again. Yeah. So he literally has bolts in there that keep him from getting punched. It's sad because he's a really good wrestler. He fought with Jimmy Havoc a few times. He's had a few matches, but super sad to hear that he can't wrestle no more. Oh, no more. But let's talk. What else could we talk about? You've been watching New Japan recently, right?
On and off, yes.
Who's your favorite wrestler other than Will Ospreay? Actually, you know what? We'll go from faction to faction. How about this? Who's your favorite wrestler from Los Ingobernables de Japón? Which is the tweener faction of New Japan, if you don't know, led by Naito, who is basically the one that everybody believes, I believe even still now, to be the one to take Okada's title. It's either him or Tanahashi, they believe. The people in Los Ingobernables, just so you know, there's... I have to pull it up. There's a few that I really like in there. I should probably just say members, right? De Japón. Or De Japan. Japan. Okay, you ready for this? I'm gonna tell you all of them. Naito, Bushi, Evil, Hiromu Takahashi, and Sonata. If you don't know who they are, Sonata and Evil are the current heavyweight tag team champions, I believe. Hiromu Takahashi was the one in that awesome Fatal 4-Way for the junior heavyweight title with Will Ospreay, Marty Scurll, and Kushida. Bushi is sort of like a Rey Mysterio guy, but like he's also the guy who spit out green mist in WWE. He's a lot like him because he spits out green
Tajiri.
mist. Yeah, Tajiri. And Naito, which I've already talked about, the leader of the crew. Oh, Jay Lethal and Truth Martini used to be members of the group. The more you know. So, who do you like the most out of that? Have you not watched any wrestling matches with them?
I say Naito, 'cause he's the only one I can think of.
I like Takahashi. Like, I just love
Yeah,
Takahashi
Takahashi.
overall.
I was gonna say him, but then I was like, Naito's pretty cool. I like how he does the eye thing. It kind of weirds me out, but I like how he does it.
Naito?
Yeah. Is that the guy that does the eye thing? With the,
Yeah.
Like the...
And he tries to open up his eye. Yeah.
Yeah. I like
They
that.
did this little thing when Naito had like a briefcase that had the contract, I believe, for his Wrestle Kingdom match against Okada. And he did this thing that whenever they went into the ring together, when Takahashi would try and like sit on the apron or something, he would aim the briefcase and he would chuck it at him to try and hit him in the back. And a few times he did hit him, a few times he didn't. And he did this just to annoy Takahashi. It's wonderful. And Takahashi sold it so well. Next one. We're going to talk about the Bullet Club because we really like the Bullet Club. But who's your favorite member of the Bullet Club?
That's a hard one, Brandon. That's a hard one.
I'm going to bring up all the people here. You ready for this? You ready?
You go first since I went first then.
Okay, the people that you could choose from. You got Balak Fale, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa. You got the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. Kenny Omega, Cody Rhodes, Yujiro Takahashi, which is a different Takahashi. This one is the Tokyo Pimp. We also have... You know what? I'm just going to skip right to it. My favorite is... Oh, you know what? That is really hard.
Yeah,
but... Overall... I really like Kenny Omega. Like Kenny Omega.
It's kind of like the AJ Styles thing. You could not say anything else but Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, he's just
like
the
when
best.
you think Bullet Club, you think Kenny Omega. Like automatic. You think Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks automatically.
He's sad, but nobody's really up to Kenny Omega's level. I mean, the Young Bucks are really good, and they're awesome merch sellers, but Kenny Omega, it gotta be Kenny. Gonna talk about Chaos. So, you ready for this? People you can choose from.
Y'all ready for this?
Beretta, Chucky T, Gato, which is the booker of New Japan, but also the one who follows Okada around. And he's usually in the matches. He's been in the matches with Kenny Omega. Hiroki Goto, Jado, Jay Briscoe, Jay White, Okada, Mark Briscoe, Rocky Romero, Sho, Ngo, Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, Will Ospreay, Yoshihashi. Is that it? Really? That's all? It seems like there's so many more, you know? Like, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Seems like there's like 50. Who do you choose?
Hmm.
I'm going to give you a little spoiler. My answer is going to be based off of that Kenny Omega and AJ Styles philosophy.
For right now, I would say Jay White. 'Cause Jay White's kind of impressing me really lately. Again, like I said, he's really impressing me lately. So.
Yeah, he's really good. I don't think he's my favorite though.
You don't have to like him.
As much as I like Will Ospreay, and I love Will Ospreay matches.
Wait, Will Ospreay's there? Oh, never mind. Changed my mind to Will Ospreay.
Change your mind. Get out of here, Jay. Get out of here. I like.
Obviously, Will Ospreay.
I gotta say Okada, because whenever I watch an Okada match, I'm never disappointed. You know.
Well, whenever I watch a Will Ospreay match, I'm like, damn, yes,
Damn.
let's do.
I never knew I wanted that.
Now we just need a Okada versus Will Ospreay match, and then we'll be both happy, and we'll both fight over who's gonna win.
Okay, now we're moving on what?
I don't know what I was gonna say. Never mind. Okay, move on.
I like how this show is just us forgetting what we were going to say. Next one. You ready for this? This is my favorite. My favorite group in New Japan. We're talking about Suzuki Gun.
Okay, I'm just gonna admit it right now. I have not seen any of Suzuki Gun. I don't even know who's in it.
Good.
I don't even know. I don't even know them. So
this is all you. Good.
I'll just agree. I'll just agree with whatever you say.
This is pretty much the big bad guys of New Japan. They've been active. I don't know when they came to be, but it's ruled over by Minoru Suzuki, who is the scariest man on the planet. I don't care who you are even talking about. Brock Lesnar, Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's very scary. He's a very scary man.
Scary. He's so scary. And it's even scarier when you find out that he's actually been in MMA stuff. He's actually been in MMA clashes. But we have Minoru Suzuki, the leader, Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Lance Archer forming Killer Elite Squad. We have El Desperado, Tai Chi, Taka Michinoku, Takashi Izuka, who is a weird wild man who likes to bite people. Yoshinobu Kanemaru. I don't really know him, but he's probably part of Tai Chi's crew, and Zack Sabre Jr. Overall, Tai Chi is like Tai Chi's this guy.
Everything you just said, I would say Zack Sabre Jr.
He's Zack Sabre Jr.
Because he's the only. Because he's the only one I actually recognize out of that whole entire thing. See him.
Well, I want to talk about a few of these people. First off, Killer Elite Squad. This is sort of like Davey Boy Smith Jr.'s redemption story, you know? He's one of the best tag teams in New Japan, and I really like what he does in Killer Elite Squad. But Tai Chi. I want to talk about Tai Chi real quick. That dude, I remember watching my first New Japan show. The one thing I could fully remember from that show is Tai Chi. So basically, this dude comes out in a mask, and he's like this opera. He's like the Phantom of the Opera, you know. And he comes in.
Oh, him. Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Comes in with a microphone, and he sings his entrance music. And I'm like, oh, is this guy like?
I saw that in the what's it called? The Sega Genesis. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, "Ooh,
is this guy like a face?" You know, and he starts coming in, and then when he starts like beating people up with the microphone, I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's evil." I didn't know he was part of Suzuki Gun though. I really believe in my heart of hearts that if anybody's going to take over Suzuki Gun, that's not Minoru Suzuki should be Taichi. Because he is a natural heel. He is a natural heel. He's able to get that crowd booing him out of the building. And this is in Japan, you know? These people are so respectful and all that. But, like, he just does things just right just to get everybody to hate him. And it's wonderful and beautiful all at the same time. But with that being said, Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
I love Minoru Suzuki, and I wish he was IWGP Heavyweight Champion. I feel like he should like be the one to dethrone Okada, even though like he's really old. But like, you know, he's just not as good as Zack Sabre. He's really good at no-selling. He's like mid-90s Undertaker. But he ain't no Zack Sabre Jr. Love Zack. He's so good.
Come on, everybody's got to love Zack. Why is all the British wrestlers got to be so good?
Oh, I didn't know.
Fair.
Okay, apparently Shelton Benjamin was part of Suzuki Gun.
What?
Yeah, Shelton X Benjamin. Back in 2013 to 2016.
Damn.
Interesting.
So that's why he seems like a natural here in WWE. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't kill me, Minoru. Don't. Did we cover all of them? Taguchi Japan, but I don't really watch their matches. Ricochet. I'm just gonna say Ricochet.
What did you say, Brendan?
Ricochet, just Ricochet.
What about him?
He's my favorite Taguchi Japan former member.
But he wasn't. Oh, he wasn't there. Oh,
yeah, he was in.
Yeah, I don't know Taguchi Japan, but I like Ricochet, so I'd say him too. Why not?
I like the leader, Tomohiro Taguchi. So this faction is pretty much the comedy faction, but it's like if you're going to be a face and foreign in Japan, you're in Taguchi Japan. You're not in like Chaos. I mean, that's only for like the really big guys like Will Ospreay and all that. But like, if you're foreign and you're a face and you really need to be you need to learn the Japanese style first, you go to Taguchi Japan. Because it seems like he trains these guys, like, during this whole process. So, you know, that's sort of, I guess it's just your entryway into it. Unless you're Will Ospreay and just awesome. Gifted.
Yep.
Anything else we want to talk about?
I don't really have anything. Predictions. Who's gonna win?
Roman Reigns.
Perfect. Done. Let's end the video.
He's gonna win.
Reigns wins everything. Good. Done.
Let's do predictions for the greatest Royal Rumble, which has already been 3 hours in.
Roman Reigns done.
I guess we're good.
Yep.
Other than that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys weren't too bogged down with all this wrestling talk. We're really passionate about wrestling. So if you want more of this, I mean, you're already getting it, but you know, just leave us a nice little comment. Tell us a little bit of constructive criticism. Maybe we should structure our show a bit better. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe next time I won't just randomly text Aaron saying, "Hey, want to record something?" and just bring him in too. With no explanation.
That would help.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Last minute updates. So, okay, I gotta tiptoe my way around this because I know Aaron's response to what I'm about to talk about. We have things that are coming out soon that I should have had done a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm going to be bringing out the reaction videos for both WrestleMania and Wrestle Kingdom within the next few weeks.
Better.
Yes. I've just been very, very extremely lazy.
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, once me and him live together, he gonna be uploading these videos like they're no tomorrow, because the boy is gonna make them be editing.
We'll see what happens. You know.
Mm.
But it's definitely going to come out soon. So,
Mm.
yeah, there we go. There we go.
Okay.
It's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Now people can yell at me if I don't do it. If,
Do
if,
it.
if I miss the deadline, yell at me. Scream at me in the comments. Just scream. Put your physical scream into the comments and just yell at me about it.
Because you know I will.
Yeah, he will. Don't make him.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I love you.
Goodbye.
Geeks away.
Goodbye.